Apply to me, as you know, but if you ever felt overwhelmed by the amount of buttons to click and switch on a remote control device, there's some relief. We sent our resident techno impossible guy, Andrew Belloc, to investigate a new product from Savant Systems that allows users to control everything from just one panel using just one finger.
Time to take a step into the electronic home. We're looking at systems for controlling the entertainment, the lighting, the heat, the blinds, just about everything. The equipment today made by Savant Systems of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Our guest is Brad Middleton. Now, he's Savant brand manager with Evolution Home Entertainment, who are importing the Savant equipment. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, Brad, there's nothing new about systems for controlling just about everything in the home. We've got an older one here. Can you tell us, how are we moving beyond this? What's the deal with this older equipment?
Sure, absolutely. So we have actually what we consider a legacy-style control system here. So basically, you know, we've always tried to create user interface with a number of graphical representations of the space and a number of buttons, as you can see, that we pick to create certain scenarios and things. From a user interface perspective, it's not very intuitive.
It's busy. It's hard to know where to go.
That's right. So, you know, what we're doing here with Savant is that we're actually trying to bring all of the elements of control throughout the house into a very simple and easy to use and understood graphical representation of the space. So we call this true image technology with gesture touch. So we can simply interact with the space exactly as we would anticipate. You know, we want to adjust lights, we actually can just touch the lights.
And you could scroll through it. It's like an iPhone.
That's correct. So basically we have here, you know, very similar interface people are accustomed to today with the iPhone or the iPod Touch. We want to be able to scroll from room to room within the spaces that we're in, and we want to be able to interact with those spaces.
I think even I could use this system. It's pretty intuitive. You touch what you actually want to do. Let's take a walk around, see what else this system can accomplish, Brad.
Sure, it'd be great.
Brad, this is a very high-tech looking coffee table. What are we looking at here?
Basically, this is called the Rosy Surface by Savant, and this is a complete interface similar to what we've seen before, but we're giving it in a very large interactive space here that you can control your lighting, your heating and ventilation, audio systems in the house, anything that you want to be able to control, we can control here.
And again, you just touch the lights and it's interactive. You can control what's on your big screen TV.
Absolutely.
Your audio.
That's right. Yep.
This is fancier than most people would get into their home, more expensive.
Yeah, from a control perspective, this is actually very common in a commercial space, you know, where we would do a bar lobby or a boardroom, things like that.
Well, let's take a look at another way that you can control the Savant system.
Sure, absolutely.
Brad, I'm in the kitchen. I'm arguing with my wife over what exactly goes into a recipe. How can we resolve this dispute?
Well, we have a product here. It's called Rosy Touch TV. Basically, we can actually interact with this television, give us web browsing. You'll be able to instantly resolve that conflict with your wife.
Go straight to Google, call up the recipe.
Absolutely.
What about if I'm on holidays, I'm concerned over how late my kids are watching TV?
We have an app for that as well.
Let's head outside and try it. Okay, Brad, we got the ubiquitous iPhone, and you can use this to control the Savant system.
That's correct. Yep.
Why do they choose this?
The iPhone actually has been chosen because we have so much functionality in terms of user interface, and it's becoming one of the most well-known, most recognizable, and one of the easiest interfaces that people can use today. So that's why we chose it.
Outside the home, why would you want to be able to control your TV? Give us an example.
Sure. I mean, you know, let's say we arrive at our ski chalet in Vancouver or in Vancouver Airport, and we want to turn the temperature up in our ski chalet, and by the time we get there, it's nice and warm inside. That's one of the examples. Perhaps we we're out for the night, and we want to be able to see it's 9:30. Are the kids in bed? We can come here and observe whether or not they're using the cable PVR or the Bell services or anything like that in the house, and actually just shut that off right there on the road.
We can turn it off.
That's right.
You could be on holidays in Bolivia. You can control what's going on in your house.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, say you're concerned about the sun heating the house up too much. Put down the blinds.
That's correct. Yep.
Tell us, what does this all mean, this kind of system mean for the future of home entertainment?
Well, realistically, we're trying to bring together all of these devices that everybody has in their homes. They've been wanting for so long to be able to integrate them seamlessly into their lives from a very simple user interface, and today we're still kind of fumbling around with that.
Feature creep, we buy these devices that are too complex.
That's correct, yeah. So basically we're trying to bring them all together for people so that they can get a very simple user interface and actually be able to interact with all the products they have.
Interesting, though, they didn't, Savant didn't try to reinvent the wheel, didn't try to sell you a $1,000 remote. They're just using the iPhone.
That's correct. I mean, you have such a fantastic device that's been manufactured by a brand that's very recognizable. We'd rather leverage what someone else has made fantastic than to try and reinvent it ourselves.
Well, there you have it, the electronic home. Back to you in the studio.
It's not working, Andy. Trying to shut him up. That's it for this edition of The Close After Hours. I'm Michael Hainsworth. Hope you'll join us each weekday for the new 90-minute edition of The Close. It starts at 3:30 Eastern. We'll take you through the full hour of the After Hours action as well. I'm Michael Hainsworth. Take care. Have a great weekend.